Hi, I'm Lynn Graft, founder of Storytelling for Entrepreneurs.
Hi, I'm Kirstin Ross, Executive Director of SKU.
As many of you know, I spend my days building this storytelling platform, helping entrepreneurs leverage the power of story to launch and grow their business. To stay plugged into the startup community, I mentor at some incubators and accelerators here in Austin, including SKU, one of the top consumer packaged goods accelerators in the country that helps startup CPG founders build the next generation of great consumer brands. In addition, I still have my video production company where I produce entrepreneurial content on a regular basis for corporations and startups and organizations such as SKU. As we were winding this year's Track 8 SKU program down, Kirstin and the SKU team approached me because they wanted a different way to wrap up the program this year. Normally, we would end the 14 weeks with a big 500 in-person showcase with audience of investors, retailers, distributors, media, and the CPG community to celebrate their completion of the program and enable the founders to deliver their pitches to the audience. But due to COVID-19, we could no longer do the in-person event, so we came up with an idea to create a virtual video showcase that I'll be producing and directing so we could still celebrate the achievement, but just as important, give this year's crop of SKU graduates an opportunity to share their products and stories with the world. I want to chat with SKU's executive director to have her tell us a little about what we're doing and why we're doing it. So Kirstin, tell us what this showcase is all about.
Well, the world has changed. We had to take an in-person program virtually. It works out well when it comes to Zoom weekly meetings, but when it comes to just reaching a broad audience, we had to think outside the box. So we came up with a virtual showcase. And this is a way for our founders to connect with a broad community, both here in Austin, but ideally it expanded our reach so we could reach individuals nationally, giving the platform for these founders to showcase what their companies are, what their brands are, and all of the work they've put into our 14-week SKU program.
Now here's where I gotta give SKU and the founders a ton of credit for their ability to adapt to change, a key skill for every startup founder. As Charles Darwin said about adaptation, it is not the most intellectual of species that survives, it is not the strongest that survives, but the species that survives is the one that is best able to adapt and adjust to the changing environment in which it finds itself. And this spring was a perfect example of this changing environment. Not only did the startups have to deal with the crazy market conditions, changing customer buying patterns, and modified selling environments because of COVID-19, they had to get ready to present on camera instead of in person. Not everyone's favorite pastime, that I can assure you. But you're going to find out just how well these startup founders did in this little SKU TV production you're going to see next week. But COVID-19 also required the entire SKU program to adapt as well. That's because of the nature of how SKU has been delivered for the past 7 years. It was done in person. So Kirstin, I want you to share how the SKU program adapted to this new COVID world that we are facing.
Well, CPG has seen so many issues. We are a sampling, eating, drinking, putting it on your body type of industry. And to take that and create 6 feet of separation or even more has been so challenging. From a SKU program, building connections is always the strength and the secret sauce behind it. So the one point that we've had to adapt to is taking that virtually and making sure that everyone felt connected and information was being shared just like it would be in person.
Now, one of the things I'm most proud of for this project is the SKU's team's reception of how we're going to bring this showcase to life on camera. I work daily with the program's pillars, Kirstin, of course, SKU's COO, Michelle Breyer, and program manager Alyssa Bardon to turn their in-person showcase into an online experience that is more akin to a TV show than a live event. This new format gives the viewer an opportunity to see the founder pitches, done in one take, mind you, meet some of my fellow mentors, learn about the program, and as an added bonus, you're going to get to hear from one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the country, Kendra Scott. That said, Kirstin, can you tell us exactly what's going to happen on May 27th?
Well, on May 27th, we are going to be releasing our first ever virtual showcase in our 8-track history. It is going to be a program that hopefully is exciting and energetic, bringing what we would have done on a stage onto a computer screen. Companies are going to do a 5-minute pitch, and you're going to understand why they have built the companies they've built, why they're doing what they're doing, and we're going to have an introduction from their mentors who've supported them along their way.
For me, one of the things that is so rewarding about the program is working with these founders on a weekly basis for the last 4 months and getting to know them and their stories. Founder stories often contain the emotional secret ingredient that power these founders through tough and challenging times and help them build these great brands. And this fact is even more so with the CPG communities because it's very often the case that the catalyst to them launching their startup is embedded in their personal story. That's why I'm excited that next week you're going to meet and learn about Rioux and Nicole, founders of my favorite functional beverage bomb, Ladybird Provisions, Alex Dorr, founder of my go-to shroom supplement in mushroom revival, Dustin Gersch, founder of PaPow Foods, who is changing lives through flavor, Erin Thompson and Karen Jordan, founder of Austin's Acai Mecca blender and bowls, Thomas Pergola and Francisco Pergola, the crazy cool founders and brothers that created the highly addictive Cheddies, Paul Voge, founder of Aura Bora, the totally unique herb-infused sparkling water, and Shannon Davenport, founder of the best product to indulge yourself in rejuvenating bath, Esker Beauty. In addition to these pitches, Kirstin, can you give us a little taste of some of the stories that we're going to hear as part of this show?
On May 27th, you're going to hear a lot of stories because that's what we do in this industry. So our keynote is Kendra Scott. Her story is absolutely fantastic, and what she's done to the entrepreneurs in strengthening their stories to become their own brands is so fantastic. But within our 7 companies, they all have their own story. You've gotten everything from somebody who's healed themselves through medicinal mushrooms to 2 best friends that have iterated from a food truck to a retail to a CPG product, as well as, just the story of Shannon from Esker, our beauty care product, who went through our program pregnant and just delivered a baby right before our showcase day.
As you can tell, right now I'm a little beside myself because I'm dying for you to see what we have created with limited resources, a short runway, and a scrappy but passionate team. Kirstin, so I know where to channel this enthusiasm. How do people sign up for this stellar SKU showcase that we will be airing next week?
Well, you do not want to miss this event. It's going to be released on May 27th through a variety of different ways. The easiest way to register is the link on this page, but you can also follow us on Instagram at SKU, SKUATX, or at our website, sku.is.
If you like innovative consumer good products, fast growth startup pitches, and inspiring founder stories, I agree with Kirstin 100%. You don't want to miss this show. It will be unlike any other startup pitch event that you have ever experienced. We look forward to seeing you all on May 27th, and thanks for watching.